Welcome to Coding Ambitions. Today we will learn about constraint layout. In the previous tutorial I have explained the basics of constraint layout, and today we will continue with constraint layout and we will make an example layout using constraint layout. Which we are going to make is this layout, my account section of Flipkart app. But before that, I would like to say you guys, if you want to learn Android app development, if you want to learn Flutter or Merge Stack for web development, then you can subscribe my YouTube channel. I post content on these topics on my channel. So let's continue with that. First of all, we will run our app and see. So this is our example app. Let's see how my account section is. So first of all, let's add two icons here. We will add menu here. So if we want to add menu from scratch, then what we have to do is we have to create a package here with name of menu directory, and inside that we need to create menu. But if you create a navigation driver or bottom tabs activities in the Android Studio, so you create a type of project bottom navigation driver or tabs, so in those cases these things comes inbuilt. But I have created just simple empty activity project, so that's why I have to add this section manually. So select menu resource file from here, and let's give it name my account menu. And first of all let's add two icons there in the from not here, we will add from vector asset. And first of all, search bar we will add here, search icon. And second one is for notifications. So we will pick this one, and let's add cart icon. So these are the icons which we are going to need in this project, so that's why I am adding these icons. And one more icon that is needed in the layouts, that is in the bottom of the my account section, that is the settings icon. So, and let's add one more actually, that is for profile pic. We will add my account, we will add account circle here. So we are done with that. Now let's add item here, item title. This is for search, so we will add search here, and close. And now we will add icon is of search. And third option is show as action always, because we don't want it to be shown below the three dotted menu and inside that pop-up. We want it to be displayed as action here, so that's why we have displayed it as always. So let's say if room, that is some different concepts, it adjusts. If room is available only, then it shows here room is available only, then it shows, otherwise it moves this icon to the settings icon and below that pop-up. So these are some options here, but we want it always as action, so that's why we have added it here. And let's copy this item and add one more item here, and let's add it, give it a name of cart and icon of cart here. So this is our menu, and now we want to add this menu in our activity. So what we will do for that is we will override on create options menu. This is the method which is gets called for inflating the menu. So let's first of all, we don't need to involve this method return true here, and then we will do our work. We can call, if we want to call, super activities method, and now we will, menu inflator is used for this purpose. So menu inflator dot inflate method is used, and here is the menu which we want to use, and here is the where we want to inflate that menu in the menu of this activity. So let's check it after running the app. Let's check it. Yes, icons are there now. And now what we will do is we will use this, we will make this section blue colored. So let's continue with that. So let's take constraint layout here, width match parent, height wrap, or we can take prox to 20 dp, and it is asking for missing constraint. So where we want to align this, top to top of parent, we want it in the parent of the top of the parent. And let's give it background color, that is the primary color. This is, you can name it accordingly, this is the by default color which comes by default, so I am using that color. Meanwhile, let's run the app and we will continue with here with other sections. And now what we want is, we want image view there for this round, this image view, and then this text views, then this icon. So let's take it of 80 dp height and width. Usually I am taking dimensions hard coded here, but you should always take them from dimensions, so that if you want to make app responsive on different kind of screen sizes, so you can adjust your margins according to old devices or new devices. So it would be better if you use them from dimension section dynamically. So don't use them hard coded. Similarly for strings, you should also use strings from strings resources, not hard code. You should not use hard coded strings. And let's see our app, how it looks like. Yes, it is looking like, but there is this elevation, we need to remove this elevation. Let's do that thing. First of all, do that thing, then we will come back to that section. What we will do is, we need to use spot action bar here, and we need to make its elevation 0, and it will remove that elevation. We will check it after adding this image view. So, and where we want to align this, top to top of parent, we will give some margin to this from top. Let's say, first of all, we will continue with 30 dp, and because whenever width is match parent, then we don't need to align left or right part of the constraint layout, because it takes the whole width of the constraint layout, so it is automatically aligned by taking the whole width. But if width is either wrap content or some fixed width, then we need to use either left or right constraint for the constraint layout. So where we want this, in the center, for center what we do is left to left of parent and right to right of parent. So, and now we will put the src here. For app compat, we usually use src app src compat, so we will use my account circle here. So this is the circle, and let's set the tint to white. Yes, it looks good now. And now let's add text view here, and let's give this layout an ID, sorry, this image view an ID of profile image view. Similarly, let's give an ID to this because it is very important. If you are using constraint layout, then we usually need ID if you want to align top to bottom to or left to right to of some with respect to some other childs of the constraint layout. So we use ID for that. Let's pick this up. Instead of image view, profile top constraint layout. So width is wrap content, height again wrap content, and where we want to align this top to bottom of profile image view, we want to align that below this image view. That's why we have aligned it below that. And we want to align it in the center of the horizontal. So how we can do that is left to left of parent and right to right of parent. What this do is it aligns that view in the center horizontally. So let's close this and let's give text appearance of medium and text color should be white. And now give text username, or we can use coding AMBI ambitions. And now let's give some margin because there is some margin in this section, and size is also, I think we can use large one here. Let's give some margin top 20 dp. Yes, it looks good now. I think it is 16 dp is enough. Yes, and now we will add, and let's reduce margin from top to 20 dp as well. Yes, and now we will add another text views, these one and then this edit icon. So let's continue with that. We will copy this text view and let's give an ID to this one. So this is basically username text view. I usually do namings by using camel case letters. So this is the type of the view, text view, and this for this part I use the purpose, for what purpose we are using that view. So this is my naming standards I use for Android app development. And let's copy this text view, and what we will do is username text view, and now this is mobile text view, and here we will add 91 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0, and appearance it would be for body. I think it would be best there, and top to bottom of is username text view, and margin top here we need to increase it. Let's give it 26 dp. Yes, it is looking good now. Let's make it 20 only. I think that is good. Yes, or further try out 16 dp. Yes, it's good, I think. Now copy this, paste here below mobile email, where we want to this below mobile text view, and remove the margin. We don't need margin here, give it text of coding ambitions @gmail.com. This is the official Gmail ID of coding ambitions, and now it's lined. And let's line this icon now, edit text icon. So for that, let's add first of all edit icon from here. Edit. And now how we will use constraint layout. In this layout, where we want to line that icon is in the bottom right. So let's take an image view here. Let's copy that image view. I think if you wish you can use that one, or if you wish you can add new one. So let's give it edit image view and color white. Yes, here we will use edit icon, and where we want to line it is right to right of parent. Yes, and bottom to bottom of parent, and height width should be 24 dp is enough there. Let's check it. Actually it's top to top, that's why it aligned in top to top and bottom to bottom both were present, so it aligned it vertically in the center. So now it is in the bottom. Let's give it margin 16 dp from every side. Yes, it looks good. Now let's run our app. Let's check it. Yes, it looks good, almost similar to that layout. You can see there, almost similar. So now we will continue with this part, this one, then we will make this one. We will only make, there are many items in this section up to this grade part, so we will just add 2 items there, so you can just copy and paste and add how many items, as many items as you want. And similarly for this section we will add only 2 items. So let's continue with this part. So let's add one more constraint layout below this layout. Below this layout, here we will add one more constraint layout for this part. So let's add it. Constraint layout, width match parent, height wrap content, and top to bottom of profile top constraint layout. And let's give it an ID, profile below top. You can give it according to your naming conventions. So this is the ID we have added, and now what we will do is we will use card views there for this layout, and let's First of all, give it background color. We will use from Android colors, dark gray. And now let's add card view here, width match parent, again height wrap content. And there is one more thing which we left out there. Let's add padding there, padding horizontal 10 dp, padding vertical 8 dp. You can use these according to your adjustments. Let's make it lighter. This is very dark color. This is good now. Yes, it is good, I think. Similar to that one almost. So let's now add card view. We will continue with card view here. Give it an ID of, this is for, let's say we will make it my orders card view, and top of parent, we want it in the top of the parent. And now take constraint layout inside this for a container for containing these layouts, these height wrap content. And now we will use text view, width wrap content, height again wrap content. We can use self-closing tags here, where we want to line it top to top of parent and in the left as well. You can see there in this example in the left and top. So we will do that, left to left of parent. And let's add padding here of 16 dp and give it text of my orders. Yes, now we will add that divider, this divider. For that we will just use simple view and give it an ID. My orders text view. And now we will use simple view, width should be match content, height we will use 0.5 dp for divider. Let's give it an ID, divider view 1, and where we want to line this top to bottom of that text view, my orders text view. And let's check it out. Let's give it background of Android dark gray. Yes, it's showing. And now what we want is, we want margin in all directions of this view. Yes, actually we just want vertical margin here, don't need horizontal one. Yes, and now we will add one more text view for view all order section there. We will just copy this view and we will paste it here, and we will give it name of view all orders text view, all orders, and let's give it color, that is primary color. And where we want to align this is bottom to bottom of parent and right of parent. We want it in the bottom right. Yes. And basically we want it below this view. Yes, you can see it here. We want it below this view. So top of this, top to bottom of divider view 1 and right in the right. Yes. And let's try out margin from top here. It's looking good now, almost similar to that layout. Yes. And let's copy and paste this whole layout for the second part, because those are similar parts. So this is the second part. Let's say we want to add for my wish list. And similarly change the IDs and texts. Wish list, similar, put the wish list here because we want it to below this text view, and divider view 2, similarly divider view 2, where we are making changes, we will make all the changes here. View your wish list, this is the text there, so we will change view your wish list text view. So let's see it. We need to align it top to bottom of my orders card view. And we also need, let's split the screen, then it will be easy for us to code. And we also need margin top here 10 dp. Yes, it's looking good now. Let's increase this padding in its parent. Let's make it 10 dp as well. Yes, it is good now. So this is the middle part, we have completed that part. So you can copy these layouts and make as many as layouts you want using these guard views. Now we will continue with this section. For that, what we will do is we will take constraint layout for this one, then we will use this in the left and in the vertical in the center, and similarly this we will use this part in the right of this. So let's continue with that. So this is the ID which will be needed because we want to align that layout below this layout. Again, take constraint layout, width match parent, height wrap content, and padding 16 dp. Again, I am saying you should use the dimensions dynamically from dimensions resources, similarly strings from strings resources, and top to bottom of this ID. And let's give it background. Actually this will automatically pick background white by default, still assign it. And now we will use image view there. For the icon, width should be 24 dp and height again should be 24 dp. We'll self close it, where we want to align this top to top of parent and bottom to bottom of parent, because we want it in the center and in the left as well, left to left of parent. Let's give it the sources of notifications icon. Yes, it is shown there now. Let's add now text view. Width should be wrap content, height should be wrap content, should be self closing, and it's left to right of this one. We need to give this an ID, notif image view, left to left of notif image view. So, and again we want it in the center, so we will give top and bottom both constraint for aligning it in the center. Now let's give it text. This is actually wrong thing, we have used here left to right of this one, and let's give it text value of notifications preferences, or whatever text you want. We are following this reference, that's why we are using this text. Yes, it is showing now. And now let's add some margin in the right side, 16 dp. For this image view, it's not working because we have aligned something in the right of this one. So let's give it margin from left as 16 dp. Yes, it's picking. We will reduce this margin to 10 dp. And now what we want is, we want an divider below this, and let's give it an ID first of all. This is notif constraint layout, and we want divider below this layout. Let's copy that divider, we have already used that there. Add it here, just cut this line, we don't want margin, and top to bottom of his notif constraint layout. Let's give it an ID of 3, and it is there. Now just copy these two layouts and put them below these. Let's change the IDs accordingly. So this is now, which is the next section there, account settings. So let's take it for settings, and top to bottom of divider view 3, because we want this layout below this divider. So, and now let's change some IDs here, settings, image view, and put the icon of settings here, and change this text, and now left to right of settings image view. It's looking good now, and let's give it an ID of 4 and change the ID here. Similarly for and this is settings constraint layout below this layout. Similarly, you can add as many layouts as you want in this part as well, in this part and in this part as well. So let's run our app. So it's running now. Actually, why is it disconnected? Yes, it's connected back. So this is the layout which we have made, and this is the official layouts which we are trying to make. So it is almost similar to that layout. So this is about the constraint layout. This is the cool layout which you have created using constraint layout. This is the my account section of the Flipkart app. So I hope you guys now have an complete idea about constraint layout. So if you want to learn about basics of constraint layout, I will put the link of my previous tutorial in the description of the video. And till next I will coming with some another tutorial for you guys. Till then, bye bye, take care, have a great time, and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel Coding Ambitions if you want to learn Android app development, Flutter for app, Android and iOS app development, and Merge Stack for web development. I will see you in the next video. Keep coding.